Hey Denise, nice job here. Your masks look pretty good. I'm not too nitpicky for the first one, though over the course of the class, it's good idea to clean them up. Not sure what that. There's some little artifact on the banana you might want to fix. But overall, it looks pretty good. The broccoli resolution's a little bit lower. You can see it's a little bit blurrier than these other details. It might make a difference in the long run, but it looks okay from this point. So my main suggestion is I would just try to mix it up a little bit and maybe think of a little bit more variety. It's very, very symmetrical. When there's too much symmetry, it tends to look a little bit static, so you might want to think of different angles of view and so on. And again, you can do more than the minimum of 5 objects. 5 is the bare minimum. I would think of something at the bottom. This is kind of abrupt right here. You could also have maybe some other little broccolis, like a little broccoli tree garden. It kind of looks like a little tree. So in terms of the font, we're going to be doing more later. I would go to DaFont here and I would look around for some really nice fonts. There's so many different, fonts here. It's just like, there's just tons of them. That's not a good one. But you can really find, Curly. There's tons of different fonts and they're easy to install. So that would be something I'd also suggest. I would put each word on its own layer so you can really move it around and really style it differently. Again, you don't want everything symmetrical. It's just, in the design world, it's considered arbitrary because it's not, everything's plopped in the middle. So it's a good idea to really look at different angles. You might want to also put these in a folder. So I'm going to select each one and I'm going to click the folder icon down here, and then it puts it in a folder. So then you can move the whole thing around and size it. It's a little bit big for the screen. You're going to have a background, so you probably want to make it a little bit smaller. Something maybe like this. But again, just some way to break up the symmetry. Maybe you don't want to have something hanging from each side. Maybe you want to add something to the top, or just do something, move something around so it's not so balanced. You could also look for some different views of broccoli. Let me see here. I'm trying to see, there's the straight on. I think I mentioned this before. If you do something from an angle, it's going to just look a lot more dynamic. It's kind of from a side angle of view. You could add some different color cauliflower. Just some things to really just add some, add some unity and variety. You could also, use some of the leaves that come around broccoli plant. So that's going to be your main challenge, is to really work on trying to really figure out a good layout and a good composition that's engaging and not all centered. Okay, so anyway, and when you think in terms of color too, this is kind of it blends in. I love the kiwi, so you might want to move it someplace else and use something that has a different tonality so it stands out a little bit more. There's just so many different fruits and vegetables that you could use as well. Okay.